الابتسامة بلاش العتاب يا حبيبي
عبد الحليم؟
بلاش العتاب
الحليم
القلب العاصي تاب ما صدقت اني لقيته يا بويس.
Here we are living in Gaza in a siege that like we couldn't take breath. We are living in a jail, and there are many people who come and help us from a lot of lands. And we like if we don't have canoes to get from Egypt things, we could die. And I thank the circus that they came to Gaza and beach camp to make for us a circus, and that was. I wish that it will be good things for the children, that they had a happy day in their life from the circus people.
بدأت مهند Who's that? مهند Who is it? That's supposed to go.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare some war. يلا يلا
اوكي محمود انت معي في كاميرا ممكن انت كمان انا اركي ممكن. Okay, right. This is Mahmoud here. Mahmoud was one of the children. He watched his father being shot in front of him as they were being rounded up. They got moved to different houses just along the street, and eventually they got moved to the house, which is the Wal family. After one day, they were left in there for one day. 100 family members. The kids going crazy. No food. When people went to look for firewood and other things, they were shot. And so they were camped in this house with some injured. One kid died from the earlier shooting. All through this there was bombings going on throughout the street, and everybody was screaming. Finally they actually bombed the house that the 100 were in, killing 21 people with one missile strike. So all of these kids around, you can see they've lost family, they've lost parents. Some have lost both their parents, and when you come down the street all you find is lots of kids coming to greet you, and it's not they obviously can't get the attention that they need generally to deal with all of the problems that they've faced, but also they want to give a lot of love as well, so they embrace anyone who comes down here. And it's always kids, all you see is kids. I sometimes teach English here and kids come at me and I come to them and teach them and I go home. And that's it, I don't see any adults. And this is what's been left of this place, and really what I'd hope is that people try and reach out, particularly to this family. It's been very, very difficult, and they still have hardships, and they don't actually have any real support now after all the difficulties. But there are lots of things like this, and this circus has come and done a great job of raising the spirits, and I hope that they continue to do so, because it was a wonderful event today, and I just hope that more support comes on a long-term level, because I think they need it. But they're fantastic and they give you a lot of pleasure, so I suggest anyone come and meet them.
عم تخبز الجرار بيديس الليمونة مع اختي ملاك بس عند النافورة اجا رجال كبير ناداني يا أمورة يا أحلى العصافير قال لي احنا فوق فوق وانتو في الوديان نعطيكوا شوية حقوق تعطونا الكوشان.
It's really different to the West Bank, and it was a massive dream for all of us to come here, and it's really hard to sum it up in a few minutes really. But it's been a roller coaster of emotions. You know, meeting children that have lost their parents, you know, being in people's houses with the electricity going off 8 hours a day, meeting people who struggle every day just to get food and to live, and also seeing the way that Hamas controls Gaza. It's interesting.
After being in Gaza for about 2 weeks, it hasn't changed my opinions on anything. It's just highlighted a lot more problems than I realised there were. One of the things that really upsets me, we was talking to a woman the other day, and she was explaining about this landscape. We were stood on top of a building. She was explaining about the landscape that you could see, and she was telling us about all the trees, all the fruit trees that used to be there, and all the lush environment that used to be around everywhere that the Israelis came and took away. The reason they said they gave for that was because they couldn't see the Palestinians and they needed to see them. But obviously there's a lot of other reasons. And it just really upsets me to see the whole place has been turned into a wasteland, a desert, and it needs to be green again. So yeah, next time we'll return with lots of seeds.
Shaka boom, shaka boom, shaka.